Now this video is a must watch. I know I say that every single time, but if you really want to stop that ball going over to the right hand side, the dreaded slice, the worst shot you can ever hit as a golfer, the most common shot you can ever hit as a golfer, you have to watch this video. Now there's so many YouTube videos out there that claim to fix your slice and you have to do this and have to do that. But my word, it really is that simple. And many of you golfers out there think you're too old in the tooth, think you're too old and too much into your golfing careers to make a change, to stop that slice. But here's the reality. You can do it within a couple of shots and it is unbelievably simple. It really is that simple. You just wouldn't believe it. If you've been playing for 20, 30 years with a slice, you'll kick yourself. You really, really will, because it is that simple. We've all been told we need tons of lessons. We've all been told we need to hit thousands of balls to fix a slice, but here's the reality. You do not. We can fix it within a couple of shots. Absolute guaranteed. And this is how we do it. First and foremost, huge thank you to all of you who subscribed to this channel so far. Please hit that subscribe button. It would mean a huge amount to me to help deliver these golf tips, these regular golf tips that are helping a lot of golfers out there at the moment. I really enjoy making these videos to help you as a golfer, because my ultimate goal is to try and get the average handicap down of you, the club golfer, to get you down and enjoying the game as much as you possibly can do. That's what it's all about. So please help me help you hit that subscribe button. It is totally free, costs nothing, but just 5 minutes of your time to help you play your best golf ever. Back on today's tip, and this will absolutely guarantee to get rid of your slice. But first, we need to understand why we slice it. And the big thing here is there's two reasons. One, because the club face is coming into the golf ball a touch open. And it doesn't have to be a huge amount open. It can be 1, 2, 3 degrees, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up. And the problem is that's also combined with this massive reason that we're going to do something about today. And it's called, you might have heard of it, coming over the top. But the problem is, and what we don't realize, is why that over the top movement occurs. It's over the top because it's called over the top because it's over the top of the ball. The golf club goes outside the ball, and then we've got to bring it inside just to hit it. So then for that creation of that path of that golf club going from out to in creates that, what we call that tilt on that ball, and that's why it goes out to the right-hand side of the golf course. Okay, in combination with the club face, even just being a slight bit open, coming out to in with a slightly open face, especially with the driver, that ball is going to whiz over to the right-hand side of the golf course. So we need to fix two things. One, yes, we need to fix the face, but two, we need to fix the path of that golf club. How do we do that? Well, here's the big news today, and it's pretty simple. It's going to feel different to some of you, but my word, it's pretty simple. What I want you to try and do is when we take the club back, I want you to make sure we are rotating around in a circle. And when we rotate our shoulders around, look at where my hands are going. They are going behind me, what I like to call a deep position. Those hands are going well behind me on the way back. And what happens there is we're opening up all this lovely room with which to swing this golf club down here. Look at this as we deliver that golf club into the ball. I know we're going at slow motion here, but just to demonstrate here, look at the angle of this golf club. And it's coming into the ball from more inside. So it's shallow and inside, as opposed to when those hands get out in front of us and they're going over the top. So the big key here is we've got to try and gain some depth of that backswing. Hands deep behind us. That's what we like to call it. Those hands are going nicely around, nice and deep behind us, opening up all this lovely space. Because if we don't turn all those hands and all those hands don't go out behind us, those hands have got one place to go. They want to gain some space out in front of us, and then we're left with nothing else to do but hit that golf ball across it from outside to inside. So that's part one. That's the big thing today. Part one is making sure we turn. And then on the way through, some lovely little slow motion practice swings you can do. When you've added that depth of those hands nice and around our body, what you need to do is allow that club face to rotate with your hands. So as you come into that golf ball, you'll notice how that club face is rotating, because we're rotating on the way through and we want the club face to rotate on the way through. And again, we're only allowed to do that when our hands allow us to. I see so many golfers trying to come over the top and then hold that club off. Okay, they don't let the club face rotate, because they go really low left if that was the case. So just to get some loft, to get some air time on that ball, they hold the face off. What they don't realise is that club face is coming in really, really open, exaggerating the problem. So I want you to make sure we're going nice and around, nice and deep behind, so those hands are behind, and then on the way through, allow that club face to rotate as we're coming into the ball. You might see, if you really overdo it, you might see that ball curving left. But if you're a chronic slicer and you hit 8, 9, 10 out of 10 shots curving out to the right, my word, that is an absolute result. If you see that ball curving left and maybe even missing fairways left, you have had an absolute 10-0 result right there, because that is what I want you to produce. So getting those hands nice and deep around, letting that club face rotate, i.e. rotating closed, you will stop your slice, you'll banish your slice forever. Watch that ball curve beautifully over to the left side, if anything. What you will do is totally stop that big right one, the horrible chronic slice that we all want to get rid of. Hope this helps, hope this makes sense. Please don't hesitate, comment below, but please, please, please hit that subscribe button like a lot of you have, and it's hugely, hugely appreciated.